It was early evening, and the teen was the last patient of the day. She'd entered the teak-panelled small office, sucking slowly on a lollipop, wide eyes staring from side to side at the framed certificates, a testament to his learning. "Hello, Dr. Winterton. I'm pleased you could see me. She said, removed their lollipop briefly, licking at her sugar-coated, sweet lips. "I've heard so much about you." He glanced up and smiled, looking at the short tartan skirt, white socks rolled down to their practical brown sandals. Bespectacled and wearing a waistcoat and cravat, the man in his early 60s, an unlit pipe in the crook of his mouth, between the greying goatee. He sat on a large winged red leather armchair, his notepad on his lap, legs crossed right over left, drawing his trousers up to show his Simpsons socks. "Who from, Miss?" "Yolanda Khan, sir," the teen told him, as she twirled a pigtail. "Unusual name, Miss Khan." Michael Winterton said distantly, his eyes drawn to her chest and how she filled her blouse. How it was apparent she wore no bra. The impression of her nipples evident. "My grandfather was Indian, and I was named after my mother from Yugoslavia." "Yeah, you have such blonde hair, freckles and fair skin," he said slowly, appraising the girl's looks. "Why, thank you," she giggled. "I try to keep out of the sun." Yolanda continued to giggle as she walked slowly to him, again sucking the lollipop. "Well, do come and lie down and maybe I can help," he told her, gesturing with his pipe towards the black leather couch to the left of his seat and next the wall. She sat for a moment, swinging her legs back and forth, looking at Winterton straight in his eyes, pulling the lollipop from her mouth. "Do I lie down while we talk, like they do in the movies?" "Yes, that's the idea," he assured her gently, his hands on her shoulders, pushing her head back. Then Winterton sat as before, his concentration fixed on the teen's pale thighs as his pen hovered over the pad. He reached over with his left hand and lightly stroked her hair. "So, what brings you here?" the doctor asked. "I told you. One of my friends said you helped. You helped her after her parents broke up," she replied, talking into his chin, her eyes soft. The tartan skirt fell away at the side where it had been loosely pinned. And breathing hard, Winston set his notebook aside and piped down by the side, looking at the teenager's cough. And how was I able to help your friend?" he asked, feeling the flesh tremble as his fingers touched the tartan skirt aside. Yolanda turned her face to the wall. "You helped her make a decision," she told him, speaking from around the lollipop, her hands at her sides, the small fists clenched, knuckles showing white. He couldn't help himself, Winston thought, pressing his lips to her bony right hip, his right hand on her thigh now. "So what's her name, the one I helped?" he asked, drawing back a moment. "Heather Saron," she whispered, as he cupped her right breast in his hand through her blouse. He liked the feel of her pert bosom and easily mistook her rapid breathing for passion. Heather Saron? The name meant nothing to him. There'd been so many in here before her. Do you remember her?" Yolanda asked, as she turned to watch the old man's mottled bald pate as he pressed his face towards her flesh. She didn't smile. As she queried him, "Yes," he lied easily, as he undid his zip and drew his around manhood into the open. I'm pleased you remember, Heather," she murmured, as the doctor mauled her body. The smile widened, and then her eyes became elliptical. and she bared her canine teeth. He even smiled as Yolanda bent over and ran her right hand over his back, upward towards his neck. Abruptly he felt pain, as nails turned talon long and sharp, tearing at his flesh, cutting deep. She raked hard. She raked his flesh from him, and blood showered the black leather couch as the teen leapt upon him. Taut thighs round his back, Winston fell forward, groaning loudly, clutching at that wound his neck, so was unable to do anything. Winston fell forward, groaning loudly, clutching at the wound in his neck, so was unable to fend her away any further. "Help!" he cried out. Yolanda's eyes gazed with rage, raking her claws through her skirt, pulling it away, her clasping thighs tight. His blood poured, and yet still he lived. Turning, he looked up at the lupine avenger. "Why?" he tried to ask. Before he tried to ask, around the blood frothing in his throat, choking around him. "Why?" Yolanda snarled as she stood. "Is that what you wanted to know?" Her blue eyes calmer, as was her demeanour. Yolanda crouched down to retrieve her torn skirt. "I'll tell you why," the teen told him, her eyes now blue once more. "Your help led to a good friend killing herself, Dr. Winterton." He heard her words from a distance as he watched her dress. And Michael Winterton remembered Heaven Tyrone, moments before he died, as Yolanda walked out of the office and into the night, pleased her coven sister would now rest easy.